Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kishore Ambakar. I'm the president and the CTO of LearnSoft. Today, we are going to talk about onboarding, mainly on the perspective of the learning and the talent, what we can achieve, how we can make it frictionless. Because at the end of the day, the biggest important part is how we can make the employee productive, hopefully on their first day. So we are going to talk a little bit more about that today. Okay. So what we are going to learn. The first point, how this integration can help in the onboarding process. What are the different components which needs to be integrated and talking to each other so that we can make a seamless, a frictionless onboarding for our employees. How the customized platform can work to meet your unique needs, because the onboarding can be done in various aspects, whether they are compliance related onboarding, whether they are just general onboarding for new hire orientation, how the platform, a learning management system or a talent management system can be customized for your needs. We are going to actually see the short demo that here at LearnSoft, how we can achieve this by mass onboarding people. Again, my name is Kishore Ambakar. I'm the co-founder of LearnSoft, and let's dive in. The most important part to realize, and this is a unique stat, that 1 out of 10 employees felt that their organization did a good job on onboarding. So there are 9 of them who feels that there was some lacking. That means they were not ready. After the new hire orientation was done, they were not ready to perform the job. And that directly reflects to the productivity side of it, because I can't use that employee to work on 8 days or 10 days after their onboarding. And that's what the industry standard says, and why it is that. And we're going to talk about it, why they feel like that. Okay. Because the needs which is needed for all the systems coming together. Because every employee, every new hire, what we call, has some type of attributes. They belong to certain employment type. They belong to certain job class, job code, job position. They belong to certain part of your cost center. They have certain attributes which are related to them, and that defines who they are in the organization. If I'm sitting in ICU and I'm an RN in oncology, my onboarding might be a little bit different than the person who is a new hire in accounting department or maybe in IT department. Can your onboarding process able to accommodate all those different flavors depending upon who I am? Can all the integration pieces comes together, right? Because the applicants are usually going to come from an applicant tracking system. That is the place where you start hiring people. You do your interviews, you make sure that they go through the interview process, and then you give them that offer. So all that data is sitting in your applicant tracking system. Once they become onboarded, they are actually converted from an applicant tracking system to an HRIS system. That means they get a new employee ID. Can your LMS talk to not just your HRIS system, but also to the applicant tracking system? So by the time the applicants are ready, I can actually send them certain information or certain training. Now that is the big portion of the integration. Can your learning management system talk to both of them? And maybe they can have multiple feeds, not just one applicant system, because I'm taking traveling nurses from other part of an organization like AMN Healthcare. How I can make sure that when they come on board, that they are already certified. They already have certain trainings which are related to my organization. Okay, and that is the normal struggle point which happens, because if we start addressing that after they are hired, I'm going to lose a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks on their onboarding program. How I can make that seamless? How can make it faster? So hopefully they will be productive maybe after 8 days. They know all the systems. They have been trained the culture of the organization. Okay. So how we can meet that needs, how we can customize those flows. Okay. Now onboarding is not just a new hires. What if I change positions? What is it? What if I change agencies? What if I change facilities? In my career path, I wanted to go in one way, but I decided that my organization has an option to follow me another path. And I can go to that path if the onboarding of that path is in place. Not all the trainings are the same. So onboarding is not just for the new hires. It can be also based upon the change in the positions. And the systems needs to automatically handle those things. Me as an organization development or an HR department needs to know all those different flavors so that I have those packages ready for deployment when a new person comes in certain location of my organization. That is the key part here. Okay. We talk about automations, we talk about integrations. The data is one of the most important piece. We have to get that data from the HR systems, from the BI systems, from the applicant tracking systems, and the data has to go back and forth because that's where the user Bible is. Obviously, we need to have all the content library in place, but in case of the blended learning, I should also have all my calendars of learning ready for the people to start coming in. Maybe I do every Wednesday, 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I do my new hire orientation for the entire year. Is my calendar already set for that? So it's not just the e-learning, it can be a blended learning approach. And all my different learning tools, because nowadays we have to do the instructor-led training on Zooms or Teams. Is that ready? Is that in place? My survey engines are in place. If I'm getting some information from the associations and certifications from that, or competencies from third-party competency companies like AHAs or Red Cross or Elsevier's, Lippincott, can I integrate that? Because at the end of the day, my user needs to just log in. They need to know what needs to be taken as a new hire orientation. Maybe click on the launch button and launch the course and complete the orientation program. So the integration becomes a key part. We are going to now jump inside the demo to see how all these things which we have done, how LearnSoft achieves this. Okay, so I'm going to log in into our platform, and right now I'm logged in as an end user. So I'm a new hire. When I come into the system, how does it look? What does it tell me? Okay. Does it tell me that what are the upcoming courses are coming? What are my calendar requests which are there, which is already assigned to me? Okay. But the most important part here is all the different tasks which I have during my onboarding process. There are certain tasks which are online courses related, some are conference related, some are checklist, which is very important in the nursing new hire program. I can also go into all my assignments which are assigned to me. So it will tell me that there are different packages of assignments which are assigned. I have to complete this annual mandatory course, and there are 3 of them. One is the quality patient safety, one is workforce safety, one is emergency management. And I can click on the launch button, I can complete that annual mandatory. I can also do the new hire orientation. That is a package consists of 5-6 courses. Some are online, some are instructor led, but in single glance I can see here that these are all the assignments which I need to complete, because your new hire doesn't need training on a learning management system. It should be self-explanatory, 1 or 2 clicks and launch and finish new hire program. That's how it's simple for an end user. But let's go behind the scene, behind the hood, and see what the administrators do to set all this up, right? So I'm logging as an administrator here, and I'm going to go into the advanced view. I can go into different assignments, and I have here 2 assignments which I was just showing. a new hire orientation assignment. Let's click on that. How I can mask deploy this training. So this new hire orientation program, I can say it is only for new hire. I can say it is active. I also say it is a one-time assignment and I give them 30 days to complete. I can add certain courses to those, or certain objects to this new hire orientation. Right now there are 3 of them. Maybe it's a package of 5, and it is only targeted to certain people, right? Let's click on, uh, I can assign certain job class, like I can target this new hire orientation only for nursing. So I can go in and I can add certain job classes, job positions. So I can have in my organization 5 different new hire orientation program. It's not the same. IT gets 1, compliance gets 1, accounting department gets 1, then all my clinical staffs gets the 3rd one. I can do all that. Even I can have a different orientation program for different section in my organization. You know, my Manhattan facility, and only in Doran's building and maybe in Kelman building, they have a different program from all other people or for other section. Can your LMS do that? We are able to structure it so that you can customize your deployment of your program. Okay, now this becomes the part of your assignments. You can attach different reminders to it. You can attach different notification to that. So that's a part of an assignment. But I can create multiple courses, and each courses can have its own content which is going out. The content can be e-learning based content, like this is a classroom based course, but I can have an online course which I'm teaching every Wednesday on, and I can deploy a policy and procedure. Or maybe I can have a classroom instructed course and I wanted to make that as a webinar of Zoom. So every Wednesday I have a Zoom new hire orientation program, and my entire calendar gets populated, and my assignment scheduler assigns those courses depending upon those attributes which we were just talking about. So that is the way of mask assigning certain courses, certain packages of onboarding. And why we wanted to do that, so that on the day 1, when the users come in, they can just click on a link in the email, because every assignment sends the emails out. Click on that email and complete those assignments. And that is the beauty on simplicity side on the end user, and on the admin side, give them the power to assign. Now, this is an automatic assignment, but doesn't have to be automatic. I can actually go and find a new hire orientation program by going into a search option. Okay, I can select certain programs from here and I can add my team. I can go into the enroll team option. I can search individually by the first name, last name, or I can select using different selectors like job class, job code, job positions, and even the location. And then I can assign those people. But that becomes a manual one. But I want the system to automatically do that. We have both the options. So if you visualize this with me, that if I create 5 different types of new hire orientation programs, and I create 7 different types of annual mandatory, depending upon the job classes and the job code, majority of my deployment of learning is automated. Okay, now let's go inside one more type of assignments. And I'm going to go into assignments again. And this time I'm going to show you the annual mandatory training. And let's go inside it and see how I defined it. So I'm saying that this annual mandatory training, it's an active assignment. Okay, and it has certain timings. Is it a recurring assignment or is it a one-time assignment? Is it if it's a recurring assignment, how you want it to be recurred? Every year, every month, every day? Then you can say how you want it to be due. Do you want a due date? Maybe due 45 days before anniversary, or maybe after anniversary, or maybe on anniversary, or maybe a hard-coded due dates. So you can create multiple assignments. Some are one time, some are recurring. Okay, so the onboarding process will be faster. And not just the onboarding, that after onboarding, the probation period is over, I need to assign some more courses. I need to assign a checklist now for the competencies. I can assign courses to this package, and I can then deploy it by job class, by job code, by job position, and even my organization tray. I can say that this assignment will only go to Staten Island region and only to the Seaview facility. So this is specifically customized for the Seaview facility. That means the people who belong to that, they are only going to get this annual mandatory course. The system will automatically assign it and send them a notification with the email link so that they can click on that link and they can complete this assignment. Okay. Now there are various other parameters. I can select by delegates. I can select by specialty types, the credential, the substatus. I can also exclude certain people. You belong to an RN in oncology, but you don't do this job. You do not need certain training. Or maybe I can include that even though your job position doesn't say that you are an RN in oncology, you need this job, because sometimes your HR system job positions are not clean. So we have to make sure that the people coming with different attributes and different flavor, I can target training. I can be as granular as I can. And all this can be achieved because LearnSoft's LMS and the TMS integrates smartly with any HR systems which are out there, any applicant tracking systems which are out there. And this data, once we gather, once we deploy, once people start completing, now I can do comparisons. Which department's new hire orientation is more successful than others? I can do those comparisons using the BI tools, and that data can go back to the HR system or any BI tools. So that's the entire scope. And why we are doing it? Most important thing, we have to increase that number from one employee only thinks out of 10 that they've been successfully onboarded. We want to move that to 7, 8, or maybe 9 or 10. And let the system take that burden to have those processes in place so that I can seamlessly, frictionlessly onboard people in various sections of my organization. Wonderful. So that's what I wanted to show you as a demo. So what we have learned, how integrations is going to help in this onboarding process, how the LMS talks to the HR system, how it talks to the applicant tracking system. So the applicants, as soon as they are hired, they are fully trained. How customized platform can work, because it's not just one size fits all. One new hire orientation is not for everybody in the organization. Clinical staff is different, the IT staff is different, the accounting staffs are different, depending upon the culture of your organization. Yeah, they might get 4 or 5 standard courses like sexual harassment, policies and procedure, but depending upon their job class, their job code, their job position, they have to have a different type of onboarding. We also saw in the demo that how the mask onboarding can be done by the admins and the managers. It can be a manual process. You check, add those people. But we would like to have automatic. I need to have 5 different types of new hire orientation so that it can be automatically behind the scene every night or real time assign a new hire orientation program or the annual mandatory programs. That's what we learned today. Any questions? I'm going to open for questions. Okay. Looks like there is a first question. Can we assign a new hire orientation program coming from the applicant tracking system? Absolutely. As I said, we integrate with your applicant tracking system. That means as soon as you create an applicant in that system, We talk to the applicant tracking system and we put that as an employment type of applicant. They are not employee yet. They are not non-employee. They are of type applicant or a candidate, and they have their own section in the learning management system. They have their own catalogs if they wanted to just learn about the organization, take certain courses in the organization, even before you get hired. Yes, we can do that. Can the data share back between the LMS, ATS, and HRIS system? That is the key part, because once you achieve all those different packages, once you deploy all those packages, I want to make sure that, is it working? Is my new hire orientation program working? What are the feedbacks which I'm getting? Am I targeting right people and deploying right content to them? So yes, the data is being sent back and forth between the applicant tracking, between the HRIs, and also the BI tools like Tableau. Is new hire orientation program automated? That's a process which you decide as a HR system. We have both options. You can still manually assign a new hire orientation one by one, or Excel file uploader, or bulk uploaders. But the most important part in the organization, which most of our clients are doing, they're automated this. We want to automate the entire new hire orientation. We want to automate the entire reporting, which is a scheduled report. So it depends upon your process. I would suggest that it should be automated. And there are one-off scenarios where I can assign one or two missing people through a manual process. So that's what we wanted to talk today. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at info@learnsoft.com. But go to our website, learnsoft.com. You'll find ton of information there, ton of use cases. You will see how our clients like state of Kansas or the state of Iowa or Northwells, Oshners of the world, how they are doing things. Because this is a collaborative environment. We learn from other organizations, and we can take certain things from that organization, and then we add the flavor to our program. So there is a ton of information there. Please go into learnsoft.com and you can go in different sections. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. There is also a section where you can request for a demo, and we can go in more detail of not just this process, but any other process like epic enrollments or like career ladder enrollments, how we manage the talent management, whether it's a 360-degree evaluation or a skill gap analysis, how we are doing, how our clients are doing. I would love to chat with you on that one. Wonderful. That's what we wanted to show. Thank you for spending some time with us. Again, any questions, please reach out to us. Thank you and enjoy your day.